Kidnapping appears to have become the new enterprise as the apostles of this deadly game have elected the busy Lagos-Ibadan expressway. They have made it their newfound land. Therefore, both the Ogun and Oyo state governments have united to confront the demon head-on. Governor Dayo Abiodun of Ogun State has announced the formation of over 30 patrol teams in addition to the deployment of drones to cover the stretch. In the meantime, residents of Damusa town, headquarters of Damusa LGA of Katsina State, have taken to the streets as a result of an attack by bandits who killed the mother of a DPO and the brother. Sleep has been murdered, if you ask me, Jide.
Yes. This particular incident is very painful. That the DPO actually serves in a local government called Dutsi. Dutsi is close to Daura, the hometown of the president, but he is an indigene of Damusa.
Okay.
And he had been making life difficult for those bandits. Making life difficult.
So he was a target.
They came to the home of his mother, targeted members of his family. Of course, he was not around. And then they decided to kidnap the mother and the brother. And then they were taking them away. So those ones resisted. They said they were not going to go with them into the forest. So at that point, they shot the mother and the brother. So the people of the town were really enraged by what had happened, and they took to the streets, set ablaze houses, including the house of a retired teacher that they felt had been conniving with bandits for some time. So unfortunate, that area, Damusa, Safana, they used to be one local government before they were split into two. But what has made them really unlucky in that area is the fact that the dreaded Rugu forest actually passes through that local government. In fact, they are in the heart of it. Rugu forest extends beyond the local government.
The bandits congregate in this forest.
Yes, they have camps all over the Rugu forest, including Basari local government. Rugu forest is also passes through the forest. So when you step out of Damusa, after like 5 kilometers, your life is at stake because the boys are present in the hinterland. This is where they stay. This is where they move from to commit atrocities. So in my view, this violence that they resorted to, yes, we do not support violence, but the people showed their anger so that government would do better at protecting the people. This woman had no reason to die. Her only offense is that her son elected to serve his country as a policeman. So why would you go and kill someone's mother because the person chose to be a law enforcement officer? So this should goad the government, encourage the government to do whatever it can to protect people of this area. The bulk of Damusa had been a no-go area to our people in Katsina State, and these attacks are still going on in some of the local governments in Katsina State, despite the fact that we are told that we are winning the war gradually on banditry. But you can see Katsina and Zamfara, they are still killing our people.
BC, let's come down to Ogun and Oyo states. Yes, government is making to move against suspected kidnappers, but announcing what you are going to do, I'm always not disposed to it. If you are going to deploy drones, must I know? Must anybody know?
That's the question.
That's my trouble.
Yeah, and that's the concern. Even since that was announced, a lot of people have been saying, just do what you want to do.
Yes, get
And
results and leave the rest.
And we know that there is really trouble on this axis. Right from January 2022, there have been reports of attacks on the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. In fact, in January, we had 3 reports. And at a time, the Oyo State Police promised that they were going to change their security architecture and all of that. You see, coming to tell us what you are going to do is not really our business. All we are just interested in is that you should just go and do what you should do. And remember that an individual, a Nigerian, actually used a drone around the forest on the Lagos-Ibadan expressway, and that video went viral some times ago. And the man was saying that from the drones you could see that there were kidnappers
centers.
Yes,
in the forest.
In the forest. And after that individual had said that, even if it didn't occur to them that they could use drones, probably they got the idea. Now that you have that idea, you are now telling bandits, you are telling kidnappers what you are going to do. Where is the element?
Keep looking upstairs.
Yes, where is the element of surprise? Where is that element of surprise? And some will argue that, well, maybe they are saying that because they want to give some level of assurance to the people too that they are trying to do something. But then they don't have to be specific about whatever they want to do.
If your town or village was going to take an action on something, they won't announce it.
No, they won't. Because once you have announced it, you have already defeated the purpose.
Yeah.
Because if you are saying that it is drone that you want to be using, what if those kidnappers or whatever now use another tech to now
bring down your drones?
Bring down your drones. What do you now achieve? So I think we should be more discreet.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes, I think that sometimes when and that is why there was, I think one of the governors, sometime last year, exposed what looked like a security plan during one of these engagements with the
bandits.
Yes, when he said we know where they are. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I think it was the NSA that was very angry. That we know where they are. We can.
We listened. We eavesdropped.
Yes, we even hear them. When you remember that case, and our security managers were very angry because in even letting these people know that you have some information, you can even compromise the security of the armed forces. So they frowned at what that governor said at that time and said, look, don't get involved in this kind of matters because you can actually cause a security breach. But be that as it may, drones or unmanned aerial vehicles, as they are called, are very useful in the kind of war that we are fighting, because once you can pinpoint their location, you can then send for fighter jets to come and bomb them and take them out, you know. But in this case, I don't even know the kind of unmanned aerial vehicles that Governor Abiodun is talking about. Is it those fitted with weapons system so that by themselves they can drop their weapons on these enemies? Because the Air Force uses a lot of drones. The drones are good for one thing. They don't make the kind of noise that fighter jets make. Yeah. They just home in on the enemy, on the target, drop their weapons, and that is it. And they are not manned by anyone. Some drones can even stay in the air for up to a month. There are drones that they do now in those foreign lands that use solar. They can be airborne for up to one whole month. combing the forest and other places for signs of the presence of bad boys.
Yeah.
So if we can use these drones, it will help us. But I also know that in the past, a state like Osun tried to buy drones, and they were stopped in their tracks by the office of the NSA. They were told, look, is the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, the Air Force, they are the ones permitted to use such unmanned area vehicles.
That's it.
So they had paid for the equipment, but they couldn't bring it in because you need clearance. It's just like bringing in bulletproof vehicles and all that. The office of the National Security Advisor has to give you the mandate to bring such a thing. And this kind of weapons, for example, are not states are not allowed to procure them unless they are prepared to hand them over to the Air Force to fly them. So I don't know the kind of drones, the caliber of drones that they are talking about, but I know that Osun State had that problem. They wanted to be monitoring their forests for these bad boys, but they couldn't bring in the drones that they wanted to buy.
Well, basically, shall we look at another aspect to this whole thing? Nigerians have developed this passion for taking photographs, even where they know that a first aid can go a long way. In the case of a kidnap or an attempt or something like that. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, in terms of those who have been attacked and all of that.
Yeah, people witnessing these things, taking photographs, wanting to be the first to upload, on social media, blah, 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 blah.
Not Nigerians alone. I think there is this affection. I don't know how to put it. There is a way I can better put it, but let me just say fascination with crime that is in human beings that we don't really know until it happens and you just want to be there. Unfortunately, the social media has now brought that thing inside of people that you want to trend. Because you know that if you post something that is bizarre like that, you become famous. So sometimes people don't even try to provide support when they can, but all they are interested in is that they want to upload. As a matter of fact, some people, accident victims themselves, they will first of all take the video of themselves and the accident and therefore quickly upload before maybe they will die or they will still live. But that kind of a thing, I think is bizarre. This crave.
Is that
crave
African?
For,
is it African?
Maybe crave for in our own case
clouds.
That's the problem with us. Is that crave for that cloud? Unfortunately, our medical, we don't even have functional emergency lines and all of that. We don't have that culture also. Maybe in other parts of the world, they could have that fascination, but because there are functional emergency lines and there are things you can do, they probably do that in addition to whatever other things. And I don't also think that they chase clout as much as we do here.
Yeah, some of the things, some things need to change about us. For example, I could be a victim of gunshots by bandits. People would want to assist me, take me to hospital and all that. And then you get there, the doctors on duty, their first reaction should naturally be to quickly try to save a life.
That's it.
But because that person is a gunshot victim, they say they don't want police trouble. It could be an armed robber. It could be this. It could be that. You, a good Samaritan or a good Nigerian, had just offered to help by taking someone to the nearest health facility. And they won't.
Many doctors tend to forget the Hippocratic oath.
Hippocratic oath. You try to save their life.
It's a legal issue, because there is also a law that makes it makes it difficult for them to also do that. I think they are trying to review that law. Otherwise, because the doctors also have to explain how did this get here and all of that. But I think we need to review
many lives have
that.
been lost because of that.
A lot of people don't even go to the point of taking accident victims or people in distress to hospitals.
Who need first aid.
Yeah, they would rather call the police or road safety or authorities that they know.
That person's dead.
Yeah.
All right. This is the program for today, but look at some of the high points. Federal civil servants will enjoy a 14-day paternity leave. That, I think, for those of you who still are making children, good for you. But don't forget you are limited to 4 children, and all that. That's it for the program. If you missed any part of this program, join us at 11 later tonight for our repeat broadcast. Of course, on Sunday, we expand the field for you from 1:30 to 3:30. That's a 2-hour stint. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones. Bye-bye now. Take care.